Hello everyone, I am author Kevin L. Antoine and I am participating in the Trilogy Christian Publishing Group Challenge. This is day number 6 and I'm here to discuss my first and only book, Memoir, My Testimonies. And today I want to talk to you about the absolute worst year of my life. The year was 2012. I had recently retired from the Air Force and I remained in Colorado. I started my first post-military job, but after 4 months, I was laid off. I was suffering from PTSD, anger, depression, and hypervigilance. So my wife at the time decided to take our son and move back to Arizona. So I filed for divorce. I felt like a failure as I watched my entire life fall apart. And at times, it felt like an out-of-body experience or simply a nightmare that I could not wake up from. I had a lot of bills and debt, including paying the divorce attorney, and I didn't have enough money to pay for everything. I was drowning in debt. On top of everything else I was dealing with, there I was, a retired Air Force officer with a master's degree and 22 years of training and experience, and I couldn't even pay my mortgage. No one knew what I was dealing with because I became a hermit. I was so embarrassed at what my life had become. I was at my lowest point, and God spoke to me. He said, "You have sown a lot of seed over the years, and that seed is now ready to be harvested." He said, "Use your faith and bring in your harvest." I never thought about doing that. I was discontent with drowning in my financial crisis, even though I didn't have to. So God had to remind me of what belonged to me. Immediately, I prayed and a calm came over me. I began to exercise my faith, especially in the area of finances. I called all my creditors and asked them for grace with a promise to pay soon, and they obliged. 13 months after filing, I am now divorced, but responsible for paying child support and relinquishing part of my retirement for life. Nevertheless, my faith was now activated and I was determined to climb my way out of this financial pit I was in. I experienced a supernatural financial breakthrough. The year is now 2013, and after many failed attempts to obtain employment, I applied for a part-time temporary position with a financial institution and I was hired. I was employed, but I was still struggling financially. However, I was doing my best to come out of that situation. I decided to take a second job since the part-time one was a temporary position and not enough income to meet my financial needs. Unfortunately, the second job I applied for was almost 2 hours north of where I live, but I took the job regardless. I worked my part-time job at the financial institution from 6 a.m. to 1 p.m., then drove 2 hours north, worked my second job from 4 p.m. until midnight, and then drove 2 hours back home. My second job was washing rental cars for a major rental car company. What a humiliating experience for me. There I was, a 44-year-old retired Air Force officer with a master's degree, 22 years of training and experience, and I had to supplement my income by washing cars for a living. I thank God that I only had to wash cars for 2 weeks because I was hired into a full-time permanent position with the financial institution. Also, after 13 months of waiting, I was finally approved for Veterans Affairs Disability. I assumed I would be approved for a small percentage or a few $100s a month, but to my surprise, I was approved for the maximum percentage, which gave me thousands of dollars per month. In addition, I also received the back pay that accumulated over the 13 months of waiting to get approved, which was tens of thousands of dollars. My faith was working, and God showed up when I needed him the most. My financial crisis was over, and I would never find myself in that defeated place ever again. Praise be to God. Amen. All right, this has been day number 6. I will see you back here tomorrow for day number 7 as I share another wonderful testimony from my book, Memoir, My Testimonies. Have a blessed day.